Hey guys, what's going on? Speckle Gaming here. I just want to come to you guys briefly with just some information that you may or may not know about Twitch and how it operates, how the searches operate, how the games operate, or whatever the case may be. And there's a lot of different information out there on, whether or not games are good to stream. There's a lot of other tips out there too that work very well for people that are growing. And I really do, love the information that's out there, but I feel like something is very, very misconstrued as far as whether the games are saturated or not. And one of the biggest tips that someone will give a brand new streamer is, hey, don't stream this game because it is very, very saturated. One thing that I would like to just bring up about that is it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter what game you stream. People aren't going to watch you no matter what, regardless of whether, you have this, you have that. It really doesn't matter. Like the game that you play is not going to determine how many viewers you have, if that makes any sense. And this is as of November 18th, 2019. This is up to date. And this is, something that my friends have tried, that I've spoke with. It's actually out there, but I think people are still trying the saturated game method or the unsaturated game method from maybe just a few years ago. The game has changed drastically, and I'm going to give you a prime example of here of why the whole saturated game, it's not necessarily untrue, but it just doesn't work anymore. And here we have 4 streamers that are playing this game called EVE Online. All right, 409 viewers. It's actually a popular game. It's just probably not as many people streaming it right now. But we have 254,000 followers. Pretty good. I like to support too, so I'm gonna hit the follow button on these guys. But that's besides the point. What I'm trying to show you, and I actually had another game that I was watching last night, as far as just looking through the browser section and trying to see if just doing research on Twitch and how things were working for that hour. It was about 1 a.m. and there was another game similar to this that had a little bit of viewers, not as many streamers. And I wanted to basically take this and give this to you guys. But we have Eve, okay? We have the guy that's down at the bottom of the channel, the streamers list for this particular game, and he's got 1 viewer, Rabbit Shank here. Was that Fohammer 1973 has 2 viewers, and my guy Voodoo Hunter 7 has 3. But then all the way at the top of the list, you have Ron USMC with 115 viewers. Now, most people will say, well, hey, maybe he's been streaming longer, or, whatever the case may be. This goes to show that this is a very, very, I'm not going to say unpopular game, but as of right now, there's not very many people streaming this game. All right. So 9 times out of 10, people will get you to go to a game that is in this category. Like, okay, yeah, it's not that popular. There's not very many people streaming it. Go stream a game like this because it's not as saturated. They're not telling you to stream this game in particular, but games around this level of popularity that doesn't have very many people, so that when you do stream, you'll be one of the first ones that pop up in the stream list. Well, this is a prime example. Ron USMC, or I'm guessing that stands for United States Marine Corps. He has 115 viewers currently, based off of what he's been able to build himself. Not necessarily because he's playing this game in particular, but he's got a community built, as opposed to these last 3 streamers that are, probably just now jumping into streaming, to be totally honest with you, and was probably told, hey, well, if you play a game that's not as saturated, maybe, it'll be a little bit easier for you to get viewers. But that's not always the case. Sometimes you actually have to have your community already built. Actually, that's like 90% of the time. It doesn't matter what game you play, okay? It doesn't matter what game that's not streaming as many people, or whatever the case may be. People are going, no one is gonna support you no matter what. You have to get yourself out there. You have to show people that, you know, what you're about, what your stream is about. It's not a matter of going out and just streaming it more and making things work. That is the sad, God honest truth, guys. And I don't want you guys to get caught up into playing games that you don't like because you feel like you're going to get more viewers. But here's a prime example of someone who has a community already built, Mr. Ron down here, and somebody who's just starting out. This is what's going to happen to you. Okay. There are people that come through. You may have onesies and twosies that'll come by and check out the channel, lurkers, whatever the case may be. I'm not saying that small stuff isn't going to happen. The only thing I'm saying is when you go and play a game that people are not really streaming as much, you're not going to automatically get like this big group of people that's going to come in and watch your channel because you're the only channel in the first couple of, first couple of people that's streaming that particular game. That's the only thing that I'm saying, guys. I'm not trying to discourage anybody. I just want the very brand new people to understand that the saturation method doesn't always work for growth, and people are going to support you no matter what you play. That's what you have to understand. If you build a legitimate community where people love you and they have a connection with you, it doesn't matter what you play. You can play Eve, you can go out and play Fortnite or Apex Legends. You're going to have the same amount of supporters, or around the same amount of supporters as you do when you play any other game. All right. I hope you guys really enjoy the video, guys. Hit the like and subscribe button if you do enjoy it. And we'll be having more help videos coming out here soon. Just some advice for the new streamers out there that would love to just get some intel on how to do this streaming thing. All right. You guys are not alone. I love you. Take care.